Hello everyone, welcome back to Royalty Soaps. Kind of a spooky background going on. That isn't purposeful, but when I was filming all my intros and outros, now we've got a thunderstorm going on, so I've switched. And I've come in here so you're not hearing thunder as well. Welcome to our first November video. It's gonna be a good one. We're remaking Citrine and Topaz after so many people last year were like, why did you put blue topaz? It's not supposed to be blue topaz. It's just supposed to be regular topaz. I heard you. It is now regular topaz and citrine. It is a very pretty, autumnal looking soap. It smells super good. You guys are gonna love it. Now, before we begin this video, it's sponsored. Yes, all right. Today's video sponsor is Skillshare. Thank you so much, Skillshare, for sponsoring today's video. If you've never seen any of my soap videos before and you haven't heard of Skillshare, well, I'll tell you all about it. Skillshare is an online learning community with over 25,000 classes in basically everything. They have classes in fashion, lifestyle photography, cinematography, all of the Adobe programs, including Photoshop, and that is what I have used Skillshare the most for. I didn't know how to use Photoshop before. Now I know, and I use it every single month for my small business. They also have lots of business classes in entrepreneurship and finance and leadership. So if you're trying to kind of up your game a little in those areas, and I know a lot of us creative people are a lot more focused on the art, maybe even the website design, because it's all about the appearances, but all that stuff in the background, like the finances and taxes, it's just as important, and we're typically less good at it. So Skillshare is here to save the day. And so for a limited time, if you want to use the link down in my description box below and the pinned comment in the comments section, you can get a Skillshare premium membership for free. Kind of give it a test drive, see if it works for you, and if it does, the annual membership is less than $10 a month. So for me and my business, it's kind of a no-brainer because I use it all the time. And anything I need to know, any skill that I really need to hone in on, Skillshare's got a class on it. And those classes are taught by really, really, really good teachers. I've said this before, you can be really good at your craft and make marvelous art or be really, really good at numbers, but that doesn't mean you can teach other people well. Those are two different skills, but the teachers on Skillshare are actually skilled at teaching. They are very engaging, they make it fun, they're easy to understand, and I, for one, really appreciate that. Again, thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. You guys, if you are interested, click the link down below and check it out. And without further ado, let us make some citrine and topaz. This is the last, wait, is that true? No, this is the second to last frosted soap of the month. We actually have 4 frosted and 4 artisan. We normally do 3 of each, but this month we're doing 4 because there were so many good designs we couldn't pick. So let us make citrine and topaz. Okay, my little November babies, I am joined today by Caleb and my little moth friend sitting on this barn door light. Enjoy the show, Mr. Moth.
Just kill him.
I thought I did scoot him.
I thought I did scoot him. Kill that one.
Absolutely not. He's my moth friend. He paid for that seat. That's priority seating right there. It's worth $45. Okay, so I'm gonna pour in my lye water solution. And now let us blend with our Cuisinart stick blender on high until just past emulsion. And by the way, the recipe I'm using today is down in the description box below. Now this soap is in layers, so I have to break up this batch. Don't worry, I know it's all stained in there, but it's not gonna get on the soap. It's just stained from black oxide. Black oxide is the worst at leaving stains. All right, I'm just going to pour my batter into 4 equal portions. and then we will start the layering process. So I am using Nectarine and Mint today. It is a fan favorite fragrance oil. It is super, super good. And it's what we used last time for the November birthstone. Scrapey, my little container. Righteous. Okay, so for the colors, the first one we have is True Yellow plus Yellow Oxide. So this is sort of a mustard color. Then we have Titanium Dioxide, and I have added in some poppy seeds as well. Then we have Pumpkinhead by itself. And finally, we have Pumpkinhead with Orange Oxide. That's going to be a really dark pumpkin color. I'm going to be working with the yellow first, so I'm going to remove these. And now I'm going to add my fragrance oil. And we're going to blend this soap on high. I'm hoping to thicken it up a little bit. That looks pretty good. Okay, and now that this layer has thickened up quite a bit, I'm going to pour it into the molds. And then we're going to texture it. And I want it to be really, really textured. And honestly, I'm just grateful this didn't take 15 forevers to set up. Right, just gonna take a spoon now and mash it all around. Whenever I texture layers, I typically don't mash the edges too much because I still want there to be sort of evenness in the layers. I don't want it all to be like really, really wonky and almost have like an upside down rainbow look to it. So I try to stay away from the edges and do most of my texturing down the middle of the layer. All right, I'm gonna mix up the next layer and we're going to pour that on top of this first one after this quick commercial break. All right, next layer. Oh yes. This one's a little bit thinner than the other one. I didn't blend it for quite as long and now I have regrets.
No regrets. Only triumphs.
Oh my goodness. If only that were true. Happy accidents? Someone called me the Bob Ross of soap making the other day, and I've never felt more complimented in my life. Little known fact, I have used Bob Ross to help me go to sleep on many occasions. Not purposefully either. Caleb and I turned him on so we could actually watch the painting tutorials, and Sis was on her way out after 10 minutes.
Here would be a good time to insert an audio clip of you trying to remember Bob Ross's name.
Oh, don't you dare tell them about that. How absolutely embarrassing.
Oh, Lord.
I don't remember. Can you just tell me his name so we can be done with it?
No. You keep guessing.
I'm out of guesses. Don't remember.
No, you got a couple more guesses.
Joe.
What? Joe what?
Is his name actually Joe?
Joe what?
Joe Blow?
You keep thinking what?
Oh, Bob Blart. I'm crying. Same Jack. Everything I say, I know it's wrong as soon as I say it. Be little trees. Beat the devil out of it. Painting with. The happy hip. What is his name? What is his name? Caleb, what is his name?
It's Blam Blam. First name, last name.
I don't remember his name. But he paints so... Bob Ross. Ted Bundy. Paul Blart. Why? What? Oh, that's... Are you filming me? You are forbidden from showing this. No! Y'all don't understand how truly embarrassing I am in real life. Caleb, he has so many stories he could tell you. That one's definitely more mild. Feel free to share, I guess, since it's already out there.
There was one time when you were sleeping and you told me that you were going to buy me a motorcycle for my birthday.
Great.
I'm going to hold you to that.
Oh my gosh. You don't even like motorcycles.
Sure I do. I ride them all the time.
Where? When? Like, what are you saying?
Yeah, out in the yard. You don't see. You're asleep usually.
Really?
Yeah. I have friends that come over. Sometimes I get to borrow one.
You don't have any friends.
But I want one of my own. I want a bike of my own.
Oh my gosh.
Every man needs to be able to go without borrowing his friend's bike.
Paul Blart.
Paul Blart. Paul Blart. And whatever that serial killer's name is. Ted Bundy. You said Ted Bundy.
I couldn't remember his name. Listen, I had just learned about Ted Bundy, okay? I was like 26 when I heard about him for the first time. Okay, guys, last layer. I'm just going to fill this in on top of that third one. The third layer is supposed to lighten a little as it sits. It's a little darker right now.
One time you asked me, did you eat soap today?
What? You're making this up.
This was also when you were sleepy. You asked me as if it was a supplement, and I said no, and you said it's good for your liver.
I do not believe a word you're saying right now.
That's what you said.
What is wrong with me? To fill you guys in even more, Caleb has named this weird character that I have Spronkles. Because apparently one time I said I wanted spronkles on something instead of sprinkles. And this character comes out whenever I'm almost asleep. I feel like my brain is asleep, but my body's not. Because I never remember anything, but I semi-remember being awake.
Really good for me because I get some great content out of it, and you'll usually tell me beyond motorcycles what you're actually going to get me for my birthday.
It's the worst. I have ruined every single present I'm trying to get for him because he'll just get me in that weird state and I have no guard. I'll just be like, oh, you want to know? I'll tell you right now.
Usually I don't even ask. You just volunteer.
Oh, wow. Way to go, Spronkles. All right, guys, I'm going to let this sit up for a little while longer. It's still a little bit runny. And in the meantime, I'm going to mix up our soap frosting. So I have my 𝐒𝐴TICO 808 tip, so it's a round tip. And then I have 3 different colors in the piping bag. And basically, I'm going to try to get this first round onto the soap. It's always harder to use the 808, but once you get the first bit down, then it feels a lot easier. Now all those colors are coming out super pretty. I hope you guys like that I did all of the orange tones for the Topaz and the Citrine, because I can tell you last year I got so many comments of people being like, it's not blue Topaz, it's gold Topaz. So I tried to amend this year's design to more accurately reflect which Topaz is the birthstone. I just thought the blue Topaz would be a really cool accent color, but I have learned my lesson. Well, Caleb, you got any more embarrassing skeletons you're gonna drag out of my closet for spooky season?
Somebody took a bite out of my hamburger.
Oh.
The way I was told the story, you guys grabbed burgers at Sonic.
Yes.
And then you were probably 5 minutes down the road.
We were still in the parking lot.
Oh, were you? Wow. Fantastic. And you told your whole family, somebody took a bite out of my hamburger. And they looked at you, and they looked at the burger, and they said, it was you.
So, it's actually worse than what you just described.
How's that?
Well, I took a bite out of the hamburger when we were still in the parking lot, and then one of my siblings had to go to the bathroom. So I took them, and in that amount of time, I forgot. And so when we came back and were pulling out, I opened the hamburger for the second time and was like, somebody took a bite out of my hamburger. And I was not talking about my family. I was completely blaming the employees.
Oh.
Convinced. I was convinced. And my dad was like, well, take it back in there then. And I was like, what? And he was like, take it up to the door, knock on it, and say, one of your employees took a bite. took a bite out of my hamburger. And I was like, no. Here we have our tumbled citrine. This will be our first embed to put on top. So yeah, anyway, I'm pretty sure that's worse than what you just described.
Yeah. So, at what point did people begin to realize, or did you have to tattle on yourself? Were you the first one to realize?
That I actually took a bite out of it myself?
Yeah, who was the first
I
one
never
to realize?
remembered. I still don't remember doing it.
Well, of course you don't remember it, but who figured it out?
Honey, they all knew.
Oh, okay.
They all knew. It was just me.
So your dad was just humoring you.
Yes.
I see.
Which is very consistent for mine and his relationship, especially during that time.
Oh, you ain't special. He did that to Kenny, too.
Oh, I know.
People would put cheese on his stuff, and he, has his little milk allergy and whatever. And he'd be like, take it back up there. And Kenny would go, oh, man.
He'd still do it, though.
Yeah, he'd mention it probably every time we went out to eat and somebody put cheese on his stuff. Which happened
all the time.
Every time.
Yeah, all the time.
Every time. People cannot be bothered to take the cheese off your stuff.
Now I'm going to put a little bit of glitter on the sides here before I add the 2 final embeds. And now for the Topaz embeds. Shelly had to blend together like 4 different colorants to get this color.
Mad respect.
Yeah, we had to pick lots and lots of reference photos to get this. Caleb, come over here and give me an opinion on how I should place these embeds, which direction I should go.
Yeah, point downward.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I don't always think that, but I think for some reason this particular soap looks better that way.
Especially if you can cover up the bottom. Yeah.
Basically, what I was asking Caleb is which way I should point these, if I should point them up like this, or if I should point them down like this. And he says down for this soap. We do it both ways, but I don't know why. I think this one, it just needs to point down. And every time we use this embed mold, I always think of the Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs mine train ride that Caleb did not get to go on, and I was so upset. That was one of the last rides we rode, and I really wanted to go back with him, but there just was not time.
Too busy driving my little car around the track.
I know. That was really fun, though. You looked like you were having an amazing time.
It was pretty fun. Pretty fun in my little car. Beep, beep.
So is Disney World something you would recommend for someone at your age and stage in life?
Somebody who has kids? Absolutely. I mean, you can go no matter what you're doing or who you are. They take people of all stars and stripes.
I just think that is such a recommendation coming from you, because obviously it's one thing if I enjoy it because I have tons of Disney memories and all that kind of stuff, but you don't have that, and you're also harder to impress than I am, so if you think it's worth your time, that's a pretty good recommendation.
Yeah, Disney World, worth my time. This is the official Caleb stamp of approval. Not a waste.
Well, it's been a real treat having you in the room while I make our little November babies their birthstone soap. That is for sure.
Oh, yeah, thank you. This was also not a waste.
All right, friendos, I'm going to spritz the top with rubbing alcohol. It makes those stones sparkle so nicely. Thrilled to death. And this is the finished look of Citrine and Topaz. Oh, yes. It looks like a California golden sunset. Look at the shiny glitters. Well, I will be back in 18 to 24 hours to chop up these loaves into bars after this quick commercial break. You guys, these colors flow so well together. I'm so impressed. Okay, I'm just gonna press down gently. The soap is still really sticky. And then before I pull the end pieces off, because I haven't looked inside, I'm going to take a peek. Yes. Oh, it's perfect. Look at the gem on top. The sparkles look good. I am so pleased. Also, I'm really glad that I spaced the colors where they go. I might end up adding some TD to this layer just so that there's a bigger differentiator between them. But I really like the white next to the yellow. It reminds me of a candy corn. Yeah, these are like the unofficial candy corn inspired soaps. There's a lot of shimmer that I'm seeing in the frosting too. Caleb was such a goob last night. I kept trying to be like, come on, Caleb, film with me. It'll be fun. You haven't been in a video for so long. And he was like, they don't care about me. They don't want to see me in a video. And I was like, no, Caleb, you're wrong. Yes, they do. And I already know that a whole bunch of y'all are going to comment and be like, Caleb's so funny. Yes, Caleb, come back and spill all the details on Katie's weird oddities. Y'all want to cut the other one with me? We almost never do that. These stones are like 7 different shapes though. All right, let's press down on this second loaf. Gosh, these smell good. And I cannot believe that this is the final autumnal soap for 2020. This year has flown by. I thought I should have like, I don't know, at least 2 months of autumn soaps, but if I wanted to do villains and I wanted to do a secret soap series, there just wasn't enough time for me to do that. So most people have already done their autumn collection and are already making all of their Christmas items. But that's just not the way it worked out over here. And so now this is the end of the autumn soaps and I'm so sad. I think autumn should last half the year. Even though I will say where I live in Texas in the United States that autumn is kind of a fake season because it's really just cooler summer. Well, guys, thanks for tuning in. Question of the day. Let's see if I can think up something off the fly. Oh, I've got one. Do you prefer wassail? Is wassail the same as apple cider? I don't know. I feel like wassail is spiked and apple cider is not. Maybe it's the other way around. I don't know. Or do you prefer like a pumpkin cold brew? Do you like it coffee-based or fruit-based? Let me know. Me personally, depends on the day. I feel like I need coffee some days, and so that's why I drink it. But then also, apple cider is so good. Does this say autumn to you? Esther, get off me leg. Ah! She doesn't take kindly to being told what to do. Now this bar will be available on November 7th, so like literally in a couple of days. Yes, I wanted to make sure that the November babies actually got their soap in November. RoyaltySoaps.com, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time if you're interested, and if you're not, gee whiz, thanks for even watching this video. The views put food on the table for my family. Make up your mind. Do you want to be picked up or put down? Be sure you do something fun for yourself today, like cuddling a cat or picking out a Birthstone sticker. They have some really cool ones on Etsy. Maybe you need to get yourself an Autumn Vibes shirt. And of course I bought this because the Autumn Vibes collection. I don't care what you do. Just be sure you do something fun for yourself today. And until next time, have an absolutely royal day, and we will see you soon, won't we, Esther? Will we see them soon? Will we see them soon? Yes, we will. Bye for now! Bye for now. She's biting me. Bye for now.